The School District of Onalaska proudly serves more than 3,000 students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade. Our 5 schools include a high school, a middle school, and 3 elementary schools. At this time, our school facilities have urgent needs that must be addressed. The district and our Board of Education engaged a community-led task force to examine these needs, develop a list of priorities, and make recommendations. In July, the board approved a referendum question that will appear on the ballot this November. If approved, the capital referendum would allow the district to issue up to $75 million in general obligation bonds for several key facility projects. This includes a comprehensive renovation of the middle school and several high-priority projects at our high school. The needs at Onalaska Middle School cover 3 main categories: the maintenance of infrastructure, teaching and learning spaces, and common areas.
One of the challenges we face at Onalaska Middle School is our entrance. While it is a secure entrance, one of the issues we come across is when visitors are buzzed in, they come in immediately and they're in the hallway right where the students are going back and forth to class several times a day. And that's one of the large challenges we face. In addition to that, the LMC is an open concept, much like our building was many years ago. And so if we have a class in here or students in here trying to work or read or do something and get something done, our transitions throughout the building are noisy enough that they cause disruptions for students that are in the LMC trying to get those things accomplished. Our building was originally designed as an open concept school. What that means is there were no walls. Every wall you see here was put in 2006. So in 2006, we put in the walls and created rooms. We then added the lockers. What that did immediately was create some of the narrowest hallways in our entire district for what I would argue students who require the widest hallways in our entire district. When we did put walls into our building, because it was an open concept school in 2006, you could see the walls and the way they were set up here. We developed these pods of classroom, 4 classrooms in a pod. What we did not do is take into account the HVAC systems and trying to accommodate for the additional walls. So what you'll find in our building is some rooms will be 86, 87 degrees, and some rooms will be 60 or 59 degrees. And that imbalance in the HVAC systems proves to be disruptive to some of our learning environments. Some of the challenges we face with our tech ed department and classroom, and program for that matter, is some very outdated equipment. Most of this equipment that you see here is original to the building back in 1976 and 1977. One of the things we want to really think about, not only from an equipment standpoint, but from a programming standpoint, we want to be able to prepare our students for the careers of the 21st century that are an option for all of them. And right now, we don't have the equipment or the programming that allows us to do that. Some additional challenges that we have here in our band room, our size of the room, primarily. We can't fit a whole band in here for rehearsal, so we have to split up our times that our students have band. And you can see that we have a lot of storage challenges as well. Right now, it's max capacity in terms of storage, and we are storing some instruments and equipment in the hallways, so that students have to go out in the hallways to get their instruments or equipment and bring it back inside. Additionally, all of our music rooms are not up to date in terms of acoustic treatments. So a lot of the sound that's produced by our band, orchestras, and choir lead out into the hallways, and right across the hall, right outside this door, is our science labs for our 8th graders, which they can hear the band very, very clearly.
One of the biggest challenges here at the middle school is the science department is outdated as far as working with students. It's tight spaces and it's not adaptable for modern learning, where we have a flexible learning environment. We have stationary labs. It's hard to get around, and with students, it just makes it really difficult for learning.
At Onalaska High School, we are prioritizing addressing needs when it comes to ADA compliance, instructional spaces, and common areas of the building.
The facility issues at Onalaska High School can go into 2 broad categories. ADA compliance, we have some parts of the building that some students flat out can't access because of not having an elevator, or within the same level of the building, having multiple different staircases, again, within the same level. The second area of concern is learning spaces. We have many classrooms classrooms where you can hear 3, 4, or even 5 different teachers at one time because of portable walls that were put in at one time. We have science areas that are not large enough for classes. We also have spaces in technology education that very much need to be updated to reflect what modern industry looks like, and so we can have the number of students go through those programs that local industry demands. And then the last area for space is our music area. Our music programs are far larger than the spaces that we have.
This is the Woods Lab, and we have several classes that use this Woods Lab, and one of the hindrances obviously class size that we can have in here. We have a very small area compared to the number of students at our school, and it just leaves us to limit class size. Students just can't work through the lab as fast as they need. Student engagement seems to drop off because they're waiting for equipment or enough space to work at a table, things like that.
The capital referendum would have an estimated tax impact of $60 per year for every $100,000 of fair market value. This is actually much lower than was previously estimated, thanks to additional annual state aid certified on October 14th. This chart outlines the tax impact for our community members. If you'd like to learn more about our facility needs and proposed solution, please go to our website at www.onalaskareferendum.org or scan the QR code on your screen. Thank you for your support of our Onalaska schools and the students we serve.